All right, I'm gonna see if I can get AI agents to run my software company better than me. So this is my software company called Upangea, and we kind of just gave up on it. It was doing around 13K in gross volume revenue over the last 9 months. And then my co-founder and I decided we wanted to build something more ambitious, but it's still kicking and it's still generating revenue. So instead of just giving up on it, I'm going to have AI agents, specifically computer use agents, so that they can take over the business, handle customer support, handle Stripe, handle everything to do with running this business. And we're going to see if it could do a better job than my co founder and I did in terms of running it, and see if maybe even it could grow the business. And so this is a test prep business. It's called Upangea, and it's for students who are pre-meds getting into med school. They need to take the MCAT. And so today, I'm going to walk through an AI agent that we're going to build to handle specifically, I think we're going to do refund requests. And I think this is a perfect use case. As you can see here, when you're building AI agents, the first thing you want to do is map out what are all the different things you could build. You can see it's just automation opportunities for computer use agents. And all you have to map out is what is the value and what is that related to effort, cost, and time of delivering that value. And so these are all the different AI agents I came up with. And these ones right here in the top left are obviously the most compelling. And so you'll want to pick whatever is in the top left. It could be any of these. I just happen to want to do the refund requests because I think that'll be a perfect use case. And yeah, so we'll start with that. So in order to get started, the first thing we're going to need is Cursor. If you don't have Cursor, make sure you download that. I'm not going to make a video walkthrough on this unless you guys let me know that you want one. There's plenty of videos out there on how to use Cursor. Next up, we're going to be using Orgo, orgo.ai. This is the infrastructure that we'll use for running the virtual computer environments for the computer use agents. And then lastly, you'll probably just need an API key from, I actually prefer to use Anthropic's Claude. So those are the few things that we'll need. And other than that, let's just get cooking. So first things first, I'm literally going to just walk through me building this agent in real time. So if you guys have any specific questions, leave them down below. But the way I get started with all of my projects is I go here to a cursor. So I'll open up a new project so you can see what this is like. Just go to open project. Let's make a new one. And I'm going to call this Stripe refund agent. And I'm drinking a Monster here. Cheers. 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning. All right. So first things first, we want to get, I'm going to put GPT-5 high on this task. Actually, you know what? Yeah. No, I'm going to use Composer. I'm going to use Composer 1. And I always start in plan mode. So I'm going to use also, by the way, if you guys don't have this downloaded, definitely download WhisperFlow. It's very good. And it is essentially a way to just talk instead of typing. So I'm going to say, I want to build a customer support agent for my software company. The task of this agent, specifically, it will be a computer use agent, will be for it to open up my email via Zoho and be sure that it's logged in to the right account, and then look for any emails related to customer inquiries for refund requests. And after finding the accounts and emails associated with those accounts for refund requests, the computer use agent must then go to Stripe, go into the, I'm going to stop right there. So I'm going to have to actually pull up real quick. So when you're building computer use agents, and I might have to blur this out, obviously I'm logging into Stripe here. But when you're building computer use agents, you go from you go from archetyping code into just onboarding AI. And what that means is, like, the same way you would train an employee to do something, you would train AI, a computer use agent, to do it now. And so when I'm telling it to go to Stripe, I need to be very specific. So I need to tell it to go to transactions here, because that's what I would do. And I would look for the associated account customer email. And then I would have to click the three dots and then refund. So I'm going to tell that in the plan. So transactions tab, go to the corresponding customer and their account email selection to be sure that it is the correct customer. Click the three dots and then click refund transaction. Okay, so now I've specified a refund payment. Refund payment. So now I've specified essentially the flow. It's not a perfect flow, but it is good enough. So now that you've specified what you want the agent to do, now we want to get started with Orgo. So if you haven't signed up for Orgo, make sure you do that. You're going to need that for building a computer use agent. And let's see. Sorry guys. I kind of have some troll. I have some pretty troll workspaces. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new workspace. I'm going to call this Stripe agent. I'm going to call it Stripe refund agent because I'm going to make some more Stripe agents, I think. So Stripe refund agent. Okay. And now you're going to create a new computer. And I'm going to call it, actually, in this project, what I'm going to call it is, let me create a new project real quick. So I'm going to call these Stripe agents. And then I'm going to create a new computer and I'm going to call it Stripe refund agent, or maybe just refund agent for simplicity. Okay. Next, select your RAM. I'm going to put 8 gigs of RAM, and yeah, Linux is fine. And we're going to load up this computer. So now we're getting started with Orgo. And the next thing you want to do is type in Orgo docs, and make sure you go here to their official documentation. And this walkthrough here that I'm giving right now is for people who are technical, like you know how to use Cursor, but you don't necessarily want to like handwrite everything from scratch. Well, perfect, I got you. So this is what I do. I actually just scrape all of the docs. And actually a better way to do it is, since I'm on Safari, I could just show the reader. And then now it's nicely formatted for me, I believe. Yeah. Well, let me double check. Yeah. Okay, so if you show the reader, then you get it nicely formatted, and I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm gonna give this as context to Cursor. So I'm gonna say Orgo AI docs for your context, and I'm gonna include that, and then I'm gonna include more of their docs. So I'm gonna go here to Quick Start, get the Quick Start docs, and guys, this is how I code. So like anyone can build a computer use agent. I'm not technical, honestly, and I'm building a computer use agent not only for myself, but also for other businesses. So anyone can do this. You just need to put in the effort. Copy and paste the docs. Okay. Today I'll be using the Claude computer use model. The reason why is it is the best computer use model, just by all the benchmarks so far. Today, I think Gemini 3 will launch. I don't know if they'll launch a new computer use model with that, but it seems like for now, Claude is on top. So once again, copy all of the docs for that, throw that into Cursor. Okay, almost done here. Another thing that you could do is when you even have videos like
In this
this.
short video,
This is Spencer. He is the founder of Orgo, and I want to actually add this as context as well. So you can go to YouTube, click the transcript, make sure you untoggle the timestamps, and I copy all of the transcript from the video as well. So that's another thing. So like when you're working with Cursor or any AI to help you code, context is king. So that's why I do that. Okay, so I have all that. Not done yet. We need to get Claude AI docs. And once again, context is king. So we're going to go here to docs.claude.com. And all we want to do is look for computer use tool and copy the page. and then copy that, Claude AI docs, computer use, and give that as context as well. And that should be it. That should be all we need to get started. So now we have our computer use model, which is the AI that's going to operate the computer environment. We have the computer use infrastructure, which is Orgo. We're building this inside of Cursor, and I've kind of specified what I want to build. Let me think if I'm missing anything. I don't think I'm missing anything, so we could just get started and make sure you're always connected to an external browser. I'm pretty sure this is a way for the LLM to search the web, and make sure you're in plan mode, and let's kick off the plan. And now that will get started. And as that goes, it's going to ask me a couple questions. So first question, how should we handle Zoho and Stripe login credentials? So it's going to give me a few options. Okay. So I'm going to do, okay, 1A, and once the computer is up and running, it will persist in terms of its state. So the sessions and cookies will exist after initialization of the computer. Something like that. Number 2, refund requests. How should the agent identify refund request emails? 2A, search for specific keywords in subject body, like refund request, search for emails from specific senders, use a combination of both. Let's just do a 2A. 2A, let's search for specific keywords in the subject and body. Let's see, number 3, how should the agent run? One-time script that processes all refund requests, continuous monitoring. Okay, so I want it to run like every morning at like 9 a.m. Let's run the agent automatically every morning at 9 a.m. Actually, no. Since I'm going to take that back. I want to run it on demand, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all the agents we're going to build for this company. I'm just going to like click a button every morning, and they're all going to go out and run. And that way I can view them all within Orgo. As you can see, like the Orgo UI allows for you to see like a view of all the different computers you have. So I'm going to do it that way. So I want to manually click a button or run the script within the terminal, and yeah. So essentially 3C. Let me not complicate this. 3C. Okay. 4. Should the agent automatically process refunds or require confirmation? I want it to be fully autonomous. So if it messes up, it messes up. But I'm putting my trust in the computer use models, the computer use agents rather. So let's do 4A. 4A. I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay. Refund. If multiple refund requests are found. Yeah. So process one at a time with pauses between. I'll just say process one at a time serially. So let's do that. So now I'm going to give that to the composer, and now it's going to build out the plan. So this is using Cursor's new Cursor 2 model. They have their composer model. And you can see that it makes the plan. So build a computer use agent that automates the refund process by connecting to Zoho email, finding refund request emails, and processing refunds in Stripe. The agent will use Orgo for desktop automation and Claude's computer use capabilities. So core components is the main agent script. .env file to store keys, the command line interface, and logging for tracking actions and errors. So here are the steps that the agent's going to take. It's going to initialize the computer. It's going to reuse existing if available. That's good. Opens Zoho, which is my email provider, in the browser. And it's going to be Firefox. Verify login state. So check for logged in indicators. Search emails for refund keywords in subject body. For each refund request email found, extract customer email address, navigate to Stripe dashboard, go to transactions, search by customer email, verify correct customer account, click the 3 dots menu, click refund payment, wait for confirmation, return. Okay. One thing I forgot to say is it needs to be for that day. Let's modify the workflow steps to make sure that the agent only refunds refund requests for that particular date of the day that, yeah, you have that particular date for the current date. So if it's November 18th, only process refund requests for November 18th. Cool. Actually, maybe there'll be refunds requests sent in at in the last 24 hours. So, yeah, in the last of the current date. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna add that in there. Let me see if there's anything else I want to change. Key dependencies. Yep. Orgo API key, Anthropic key, Zoho email address, Zoho passwords, Stripe email, Stripe password. Okay. Prompt engineering, email navigation and search, customer identification, Stripe transaction navigation, refund processing with verification steps, error recovery and retry logic. Yep. This all looks good. Verify customer email matches before refunding, take screenshots at critical steps, log all refund actions, handle edge cases like multiple transactions already refunded, etc. Okay, so then now it's going to talk through the implementation steps and the technical considerations. Yep, this looks good. At each critical step, verify correct state. Okay, this is good. Verify. Okay, this is testing strategy. And I want to add one last thing. So always go through your plans. Make sure you specify any changes. The last thing I want to add is that once the job is complete by the agent and there are no more refund requests for the last 24 hours, then the agent's job is complete and the computer should stay running for the next time that the agent does the task, but the agent should be turned off, disconnected, so we are not wasting tokens on LLM. Let me just add that in there. Take a sip of the monster. Okay. Let's see if it's added that. I think it did. Yeah. Okay. So now let's just go out and build it. And now, isn't this amazing? AI is just going to literally build this computer use agent for us. So while that cooks, I'm going to actually open up the computer in Orgo. So this is the computer environment in Orgo. And I'm actually going to make it a little smaller like this, so the sizing of the Linux machine is correct. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Firefox browser. Oops. Here we go. Open up Firefox. Wait, did this already run, bro? No way. So wait, I think this is done. Okay. Okay. So this is already done. So let's see what's going on here. So, all right, all files are created. Verifying the main script handles the 24-hour filtering. Okay. So here's the requirement.txt file. Let's read that. Okay, that looks good. Here's the .env. Okay, so this is great. It tells all the features, says all the next steps, set up the env. Okay, cool. So let's just do what Cursor tells us to do. So first things first, we need an Orgo API key. The way you get that is you just go to Home and you go to Settings within your project, and then you get the API key here. Oh, let me hide that. You get the API key here. Okay, so I went ahead, I did the first step, which is getting the .env file set up. So all you have to do is create a new file and fill out all of the key information here. And then as far as you guys should probably know how to get all that. It's very simple. And then now what we need to do is copy.env.example. Yep. Test with a dry run. Oh, I need to install. I didn't install. So pip install requirements.txt. So we're going to open a new terminal and we're going to do that. Oh, pip3.txt. Okay. Wait. Oh yeah, I need to do like the virtual environment. So like because I'm not technical, I don't know how anything works. So all I do is I copy it, I give it to Cursor, and I say, help me fix this. Trying to install dependencies. And then it just runs it for me because I'm in agent mode. Okay, so installed successfully. Okay, created a virtual environment to avoid externally managed environment error. Updated requirements.txt to use latest available Orgo version. Installed all dependencies in the virtual environment. So to use the agent, activate the virtual environment and run. So let's open up a new terminal and let's run the commands. Okay. And then let's run this command. Wow, that's loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see if this works. Okay, so it's creating a new computer instance. And so now you can see here what the computer is doing, the computer use agent is doing. And if I go to Orgo here and refresh my screen, it's probably, oh yeah, it's going to be in a new project that it made. Let's see, is it this one? Oh, it is this one. Okay. So it's operating on this computer. You can see where it's at right now. It's clicking around. I believe it's this computer. Yeah, Firefox is open. I can see the Firefox is open with welcome screen. So now you can just read what the agent's thinking. Okay, look, now it's navigating to Zoho. Let's see how it does. So this is pretty cool. Like, I don't know how long it's been, but now I think we're like 10 minutes in and we have a full computer use agent up and running. It's going into my Zoho account so that it can check for any refund requests. And this is just like working flawlessly. As you can see, I didn't even have to debug anything. So we're just up and going very quickly here. Let's let it cook. I love watching AI agents control computers. It's very cool. I don't know if you guys like this. It's very feel the AGI moment for me. Okay, let's see. You can see it clicking, taking screenshots. Let's see if it logs in. That password seems wrong, but we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I wonder why it's typing in. It's typing in the wrong password. So I'm going to quickly check the .env file and make sure it's right. 1 second. So it doesn't see that I've actually provided um, the credentials for logging in. So let's take a look. So I'm running into a bug. It has the correct email, but it didn't get the right password. So now I'm going to tell it a couple of things. So first I'm going to say the agent was able to properly identify and input the email address for the Zoho mail account, but it did not fetch and input the correct password for the Zoho account, even though that it is stored in the .env file. The .env file contains all of the passwords and keys. And then I'm going to say furthermore, I want the computer to always connect to this particular computer ID. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go into the Stripe Agents project that I made, and this is where I want the agent to run. So I don't want it to spin up a new project in a new computer. I just want it to run in this computer so that I don't have to, lose track of like all the different computers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this computer settings by clicking those three dots, go to computer settings, and I'm going to get oh, interesting. These are new VNC address, VNC password. So I'm going to grab the host name of the computer name. Okay, so to the Orgo computer name, and the computer name is refund agent with host name. I'm going to give it the host name and password. Okay, now I don't know if the docs are up to date. Let me double check. Host name. Okay, I actually don't think these docs are up to date with how they call. Okay, yeah, computer type. So hopefully this all works. But I'm just going to give it essentially all of the information within the computer settings of the computer that I want to connect to. And I'm going to tell it I will go ahead and log into Zoho and Stripe. So the computer agent ideally shouldn't have to, but in the case of which it's logged out, then of course it should log in. Okay, and now I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to actually, like one thing about working with these computer use agents is you're giving them their own personal computers when you're using Orgo. And the nice thing is these computers persist. So I can walk away for a year, come back to Orgo, open up this project, and this computer will still be here with all my passwords saved and everything everything all saved and persisting, like where I left off at. So because of that, it's actually because of that, your job is not only to instruct the agent on what it needs to do, but also set up its environment with the applications, passwords, and everything that it needs to do its job. And the simpler you can make that process, the better. All right, so picking up where I left off. So when you're working with the computer use agents, I recommend if you're having it do anything on your behalf via accounts like Stripe or email, just go ahead, log in, make it easy for it, save the password so that it'll always just be open. You can see I logged into my email account here and I logged into Stripe. So now it has access to that. Now I can go back here to cursor and I tell it that, okay, all the passwords and keys are in these env file, but I want the computer to always connect to this particular computer. I went ahead, of course, I showed you. Oh yeah, let me grab the computer ID as well. With computer ID of this, and with host name of that, and with password of that. And then I'll go ahead and log into Zoho and Stripe. So the computer's agent shouldn't have to, but in the case where it's logged out, then of course it should log in. And then lastly, I'm going to tell it that I've bookmarked I've also bookmarked in Firefox the Stripe and Zoho tabs, so it should be able to quickly click and navigate to those URLs from Firefox quickly. Okay, now I'm going to send this off. And okay. Agent. And I love here that it tells me that the agent disconnected, computer remains running, drive mode is on. You can see the computer ID, the summary, workflow completed successfully. I love that. These little summaries that it gives. Okay. All right, so I told Cursor the changes, and all right, this is what it says. So the passwords from .env are now included. We've added Orgo computer to the config file. Prompt instructs Claude to use Firefox bookmarks for quick navigation. Prioritize bookmarks over manual URL entry. Falls back to manual navigation if bookmarks aren't available. It checks login status first, only logs if needed, uses credentials from .env. Okay, cool. So now it always connects to our refund agent computer, and now it should work. So this sounds good. I'm gonna say cool. Let me all right, cool. Okay, so now to show the agent fully working, what I'm going to do is I have a email that I have as a customer for the platform. I'm a customer of my own product, and so I'm just gonna ask, since I am a customer of my own product, I'm just gonna ask for a refund request. So I'm gonna email team, and I'm gonna say, hi, my name is. I'm going to say my email is this. Okay, so now I'm going to send in the refund request, and we're going to see if the agent works. So I'm going to go ahead and click send. And now you can imagine the next morning, like every day, I run all my AI agents. So let's see if the agent will catch this refund request. So let's go ahead and open a new terminal, open the virtual environment, connect the .env, and the dry run. Let me make sure. So what the dry run, test the agent without actually processing refunds. So we're actually going to process the refunds. So we're not going to do the dry run. So let's just run it. Okay. So if I go here into Orgo, I should see the agent begin to take over. Okay, it does. Now it opens up Zoho. Okay. It's in Zoho. You can see I've requested the refund. So now it's clicking on the refund request. It's like, awesome. It appears to be in the last 24 hours. Let me click on that email to examine it. So it's like, perfect. This is exactly the type of refund request I need to process. So I'm going to extract the customer email, navigate to Stripe, and I'm going to search for this customer and process the refund. This is incredible. So now it's opened a new browser. It's clicked into my Stripe dashboard. Let's see if it knows where to navigate to. Okay, it goes to the dashboard. Let's see if it knows how to search for my account. Looks like it's going into the dashboard and now going into the transactions. Yep. And now it's searching for my email. You can see I'm a customer. And now I've refunded myself a few times when I was testing out Stripe when I first started the platform. So now it sees the only successful payment of the ones that were already refunded. So the last remaining one that's not been refunded, it's going to refund me for that. And it looks like it's 50 cents. So I'm pretty happy about getting my 50 cents back as a customer. It's going to go through, the refund, select a reason. It's going to probably click requested by customer, hopefully. I wonder if it's going to add any more details. I didn't really include any more details in my request email, so we'll see if it does. Nope. Okay. And that's it. It refunded me. That's it. AI is now running my business officially. And let's see if in the terminal it says its task is complete and that it shuts down. Oh, it's actually going to go return to Zoho and see if there's any other refund requests. Okay, it's going to search specifically for refund requests in the last 24 hours. And it's going to apply, I think, a lot of these fancy filters to do so. Personally, I don't even think it needs to do this. I think you could just look at the Today tab. But this is probably the smart thing to do because it could always go to spam, an email, like a refund request. So it's being very deliberate to check all the mailboxes. Um, yep. It's like, all right, the task has been completed. All refund requests in the last 24 hours have been identified and processed through Stripe with proper documentation at each step. The agent workflow completed successfully, and that's it. Its task is complete, so it's done. So this is the first step of running my company with AI employees. I hope you enjoyed, and of course, I'll leave a full doc for the context that you'll drop into Cursor to get this going. I do recommend using Claude, and if you have any questions, let me know. Leave a reply or comment. And if there's anything specifically you want me to make a video for, also let me know about that. But I think in the next video, I'll probably just continue down making another agent this time for re-engaging customers that canceled a free trial, and emailing them, trying to get them back onto the service. So if that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Of running my AI business, running my software business with AI and seeing if it can do a better job than me. All right, cheers.